What's up, everyone? It's your boy Keon Cage coming to you with the key message, and we're here to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo getting his 5-year, $228 million contract to stay in Milwaukee for the next 5 years. Uh, I'm happy for Giannis. He deserves everything. Two-time MVP and Defensive Player of the Year last year as well. Just his story is wonderful, coming from Greece, then sending his first NBA paycheck to his family to help out his family in Greece to help them get to America. He just has a wonderful story, and I'm extremely happy for him to get the largest contract in NBA history. And I'm happy for Milwaukee getting a small market um, organization, even though I'm considered NBA organizations that gets millions of dollars, even billions of dollars each year. I don't like saying small market, but that's what everybody says, small market, but they get millions of dollars. These are billionaire owners. There ain't no such thing as a small market. But I'm happy for the city of Milwaukee, just seeing another team other than the Lakers, the Celtics, the Knicks, the top dog teams. But as far as basketball, let's talk about basketball. If we're talking about basketball, do I see Giannis Antetokounmpo winning a championship in the next 5 years in his contract? No. To be honest, I see the Lakers winning at least two more championships probably. And I see Brooklyn getting one. And then you'll have that surprise team win one. I don't see it being Milwaukee because I don't see anybody coming to Milwaukee. I don't see Steph Curry. Oh, I want to get traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, no, I definitely don't. Excuse me. I definitely don't see that happening because it's Milwaukee. I never even been in Milwaukee, so I don't even know what's in Milwaukee. I don't see any top players coming. And you just traded a lot of assets for Drew Holiday, who's a really good player. He's a really good player, but I don't think he's that player, man. If we had Drew Holiday, we'll get over the hump. I don't, I don't think that's him. I don't think he's that type of player. So I just think that Kevin Durant and Kyrie and LeBron and AD on the West Coast is just better than Giannis and Drew Holiday. Chris Middleton is still a good player, but I just think I don't see Milwaukee really winning a championship. I really see Giannis finishing only maybe 3 or 4 years into his contract before he asks a trade. But the team that hurt the most from this Giannis signing is the Miami Heat, because they were trying to put themselves, them and Pat Riley was trying to put themselves in position to go after Giannis after this season. And man, put Giannis to that Miami Heat team, man, that's a really good team that can win it all. But him signing that contract, Miami kind of got to shift their plan, and I think they're gonna go after James Harden now. There's a rumor talking about they won't trade Tyler Hero for James Harden. Whoever said that, I hope it's not true, because Pat Riley is smarter than that. You'll trade for James Harden. Anybody but Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo for James Harden. Tyler Hero, if they want Tyler Hero, throw Tyler Hero in their trade and get James Harden, because James Harden is a certified bucket. He gives you almost 30 and 10 with 10 assists, and he really spreads the floor out, and he can really score. He can score the ball. So, and you have a big three with Jimmy Butler, James Harden, and Bam Adebayo. So I really think that is what's gonna happen, because Miami Heat, they're a good team, but I didn't see them getting better this offseason because they ain't really add nobody. But I just think the top dog teams are Milwaukee, of course, Philly, the Brooklyn Nets, and Boston. But Miami's still gonna compete, but I just don't see them not contending for a championship necessarily, unless they get James Harden. If they get James Harden, they in business. I really can see them or Brooklyn coming out the East if they get James Harden. But it all depends. James Harden, he wants to get out of Houston. I don't know why, really. I think Houston has a really good team around him. John Wall, Boogie Cousins, Eric Gordon, who's a shooter, PJ Tucker, who's a good defender. Then you got Christian Wood, a young big man who can really spread the floor out. And you got an African American black coach in Steve Silas. So I just don't know what more does James Harden want. He has a good team around there. If he comes in there and still gets buckets, they spread the ball around a little bit more, keep the ball moving. John Wall shows that he still has it, man. He still has it. Boogie's still give you probably like 15 points, 2 threes. And once Christian Wood get back healthy, I think he can give you about 15 points. I can see Eric Gordon giving you about 15 points. John Wall gonna give you about 20 points with nearly 10 assists, 8 to 10 assists. What more do you want? PJ Tucker is gonna guard the best offensive player on the other team. He's gonna be your best defender. Then you got energy players all over the floor. You have a sharpshooter in Eric Gordon. What else do you want, James Harden? I think you need to give this team a chance. Really give this team a chance. Cause honestly, I think if everyone stays healthy for the Houston Rockets, they could be the second or third best team in the West. I really do, because Boogie Cousins and Christian Woods are really a good big man that can put the ball in the hoop and can spread the floor out and shoot. And John Wall is explosive, attacking the rim. He still has it. And you have James Harden. If he commits to playing for the Rockets, he's gonna easily give you 30 points in his sleep. So I really believe James Harden needs to give the Rockets a chance. But if James Harden doesn't commit, I don't think it's gonna work. I think the Rockets might as well trade him, but do not trade him just for anything. You either trade him for Ben Simmons to Philly for Ben Simmons, or do not trade him at all until you get the right deal. But I really think that James Harden should give it a chance. But if anywhere, I see James Harden going to Philly. Philly can really use a player like James Harden, because he does pretty much everything Ben Simmons does, except Ben Simmons' defense is up here. But James Harden, he's getting better on defense. But on the offensive end, James Harden can score more. He facilitates just as good as Ben Simmons, and he shoots the ball. He can close the game out. So I feel like if Philly trades for James Harden, I feel like, man, this team is even better, because James Harden is better than Ben Simmons. But the thing is, do you want to trade your young player who has room to improve, who has MVP caliber skills, for an MVP right now in his prime, arguably top 3 player in the league, who's 31 and who has two years left on his contract? If I'm Philly, I'm trying to win now. The Philadelphia fans are crazy. You've been talking about this process for I don't know how long. So it's time to turn the process into the product. And if you want the product, that product is James Harden. Get James Harden over there to Philly. If you want to beat and compete with Brooklyn, Giannis Antetokounmpo, got him for the next 5 years. He just signed a contract. Then you got Boston with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who's under contract for multiple years. Philly, man, it's time to make a move, man. You need a player like James Harden. I think he should make that trade, because I really think that will help lift this that organization, because you already have Embiid, who's the best. Well, he's not the best. Anthony Davis is the best. I'm gonna take that back. But Embiid is the second best big in the game, and you have James Harden, who's the best scorer in the game. This is your opportunity. Then you have Doc Rivers. You have Steph Curry. Then you got Green over there too. I just really think that this time make the trade. So I really think these are the moves that should happen in the league, though. But I'm happy for Giannis, man. Stay tuned for the key message. Continue to talk about some of the biggest things that's happening all across the world, not just anything that's happening in the sports. We're here to talk about music. We're here to talk about art, movies, television, anything that comes up. But stay tuned. Your boy Keon Cage, always. Peace.